Hey, welcome back to the farm. So, got a little project here we have not done before, but we're gonna try it, and it's growing microgreens. They're supposed to be really tasty, supposed to be super healthy. So, I'll run through what I've got for what I'm gonna use to grow the microgreens. Okay, so first things first, I've got a couple of really heavy duty 10-20 trays for planting, and mine has grooves in the bottom. I don't have any without, but we're going to try to use them. Okay, so like I was saying, they're really heavy, and I've said this before in other videos, get as good of a product as you can afford. They will last longer, and you'll be happier with the performance, and you'll get better performance by getting good quality. These came from Bootstrap Farmer. I don't know how much they are a piece, but we ordered a case of them. But Bootstrap Farmer, you can find that online. Like I said, these have grooves in the bottom, but they're super heavy. And if you've ever handled a 10-20 tray full of plants, you know you want a good quality one, because the last thing you want to do is drop 28 or 32, ever how many little pots you have in there full of plants on the ground, because the tray wasn't very sturdy. So then I've got a catch bowl. I just got a catch bowl. In here I have some cocoa mat. It's made out of coconut fibers, and I'll show you that in just a minute. I just ordered it off of Amazon, and it is soaking in water. That's why I need a catch bowl. I've got a glass of water in case my mouth gets dry. I've got tape to mark what we've planted in what areas so that we know what it is. I've got a shaker jar. I'm gonna put the smaller seeds in this shaker jar if they fit, just to try to uniform the seeds across the whole thing. Got tape, I already said that, ink pen. You need a spray bottle. My spray bottle was dehydrated and busted on me a while ago. So I've got a good spray nozzle that works in a jar of water. I'm gonna try that, we'll see how that works. And I've got that laying on there on a towel, just because it's bound to leak. But that cocoa mat, it's made out of coconut fiber. It just, this was, I don't know, just a few bucks, but I got enough to do, I think, 4 or 6 trays. But we're gonna try it first. We're not gonna do a whole bunch and then not like it, because we were doing, these are microgreens, we were doing sprouts, like bean sprouts, using mung beans and I don't know what, alfalfa and a couple other things, and boy, we loaded up on them and we did not like them. So this is just gonna be a trial batch of 4 different kinds of seeds. So we have radish seeds we bought at our local feed store. So radish seeds and mustard seeds from our local feed store. And then we have some black oil sunflower seeds from Hoss Seeds that are labeled as microgreens. And they are showing a 91% germination rate, so that should be pretty good. And the 4th of the 4, we have Hoss Microgreens Dun Peas. These Dun Peas, I don't know what a Dun Pea is, but we will see. The germination rate on it is 98%. So hopefully, and these are 2021 and 2022 packagings. So let's get started. First things first. Oh yeah, I have an ink pen to write with on my labels. So first things first, I need to get the cocoa mats that I've got soaking out of, I'm gonna run drain these, be right back. So I drained them and I went ahead and rinsed them. So what I have researched is you want to soak them, and I've gotten several different answers. So anywhere from, I put them in this jar and they're kind of tough to get out, but anywhere from just a half hour or more to 24 plus hours. But I rinsed them off because I think we soaked them, or I soaked them for a week, because I planned on shooting this video last week. But what I have is 4 pads that should fit the bottom of my tray pretty closely. And I did it with a tape measure instead of actually using the tray, so looks like I could have been a little bit narrower and a little bit longer. But each pad is right there, so that's what I had the bowl for, and the towel for the mess that I've already made. So I'll set them out of the way, cocoa mat out of the way. Deanna's gonna come be a rescue. Alright, so I have 2 trays, like I said. Show you what the second one's for in a minute. First thing I want to do is decide where I'm putting what. So done peas. If any of you guys out there are veterans, you know that's a U.S. government skilled craft ink pen just by looking at it. Spend any time in the military, you've used plenty of them. So I'm gonna try to start with the radish. Is a pretty small seed. Deanna went off camera and opened up the seed packages for me, the Hoss seeds. I don't know how many it's going to take. Some of these videos I've seen, and some of the research said they weighed them out. So I want to just, this is our first time. So this is radish, and I believe radish is right here. Deanna wanted me to make sure and tell y'all that they're very nutrient dense food. So being on a whole food plant-based diet, SOS free, we try to get less calories but more nutrient dense foods, lots of salads and greens and things like that. So that's why we want to try this, because it's kind of expensive to buy everything every week for a 1 pound salad every day, and you know, everything we're eating, because if you've never looked at it or researched it, you can eat all you want on a whole food plant-based diet as long as you stay with it. No oil, no salt, no sugar. SOS free. That's salt, oil, and sugar free. None of that's in there. It's hard to get anything that doesn't have a little bit of salt if it's had any processing. So that is another reason why we're going to try to grow our own, is because we know what it is. So this is what the shaker bottle was for, is just to try to get it evenly across the mats. Boy, them are little bitty seeds. And I want to try to get it pretty dense. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I'm gonna call that good. So, put the radish seeds back up. Didn't use near as many as I thought I did. I put a whole bunch in there. Got a couple stuck to the outside of the shaker bottle. Radish seeds are up, and I'm not worried about getting a little bit on the other mat. I don't want to if I don't have to, but I've already got some radish seeds over on my mustard mat. I seen them bounce over there as I was sprinkling them out. So now this is the mustard seed from our local, well, they look like radish seeds. I'm gonna look, make sure I ain't messing up. Well, they look just alike. We'll see. I don't know how the local feed store keeps them separate. They look so close. Let's try that, see if that's enough. All right, so same thing. Just gonna sprinkle them on the mat. Try to get them kind of thick, so you know you want a good stand of microgreens. So when you trim them off, you got something there, you know. Okay, just from this far into the video, I've already observed something I wished I'd have done a little different, and that is soak my mats in a flat dish, because being rolled up, these little bitty seeds are wanting to roll off the ends of it. So there's something that you can put in the notes right away, is try to soak them forever how long you decide. I think 24 hours was the most given answer in water, is just plain water. Now you want to make sure that you have water that is not chlorinated, so you can't use just plain tap water. We have well water here, so our water's not got any treatment on it. I used all of that, and Deanna made a point. I think she's right. I'm gonna go ahead, seeds are not super expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and put a few more of the radish seeds on there on the mat, on the radish mat. Okay, we have two mats of radish. The mustard seeds are the radish. The mustard. We got 2 mats of mustard and a blended radish mustard.
No, I think I probably combined some seed. I bet they're fine.
No, I think I poured my excess back in the wrong pack. So I'm definitely not perfect. I'm definitely one of God's creatures that is not perfect.
Me neither.
So I'm definitely not perfect. I don't know if my head's still there or not. Am I good? I'm not perfect, so I don't know. I'm gonna probably cut out most of the talking that just happened. But I poured radish seeds into, or I poured mustard seeds into the radish seed packet a while ago when I had extra mustard seed. And I got them backwards. So I'm gonna be so confused what grows up, I'm just gonna try to figure out if I like them or not. But this is a little bit more I'm gonna put on this mat, and it's a combination of mustard and radish.
It looks like everything bagel seasoning.
So you can see that the mustard seeds are quite a bit bigger. If Deanna zooms in there,
Can you not get any on this end? Yeah.
it fell off. It's because of this concave. I should have soaked them flat. Okay, that one's pure mustard. The radish is mixed mustard and radish. I might try to separate them sometime. That would be fun, separating those seeds. Okay, that's 2 of the 4. And these dun peas, which are right here, they're a lot bigger seeds, so I'm not going to use the shaker jar. I can get them open. So if Dina, zoom in here, I'll show you. These dun peas are quite a bit larger than the radish and the mustard, so I don't need a shaker jar, that's for sure. But let me see if I can get a layer of them out on my mat, cocoa mat. Again, these say 98% germination rate. Oh, they're big. I don't know if y'all have ever used Haas seeds, but we have been happy with everything we have gotten from Haas. And they do not sponsor us. We are not sponsored by anybody, actually. That mat not laying flat is a bigger problem than you might think. The seeds just want to roll off. Dina just made a point I want to share. One of the reasons that we want to do these microgreens inside is because we have had just tons and tons of grasshoppers this year, and they will eat this kind of stuff completely up about the time it comes up. They ate our peach tree, everything on it, leaves, everything. There was nothing but limbs and seeds. The seed was literally just hanging in the tree. They'd eaten the whole peach, all the leaves, everything. So we're going to do it inside to keep the grasshoppers off of it. We plan on shooting a farm tour video sometime this weekend, hopefully, and get it out over this next week so you can see what we're talking about. I don't ever remember having this many grasshoppers. Between the heat and the grasshoppers, our summer vegetable crops just didn't do good at all. So now we're at the black sunflower seeds, and I got them all right, hopefully, all except for the ones I blended together. Hope these dudes. 91% germination rate. Hopefully that's a good thing. Got a little rock in there. What that is, not a rock, peat foam or something. Now, if you can tell, I'm not getting super close to them edges because the seeds won't just fall off. So my next tray, and I'll do another one in comparison if we like them. If we like them, we'll do another one, and we'll compare how the cocoa mat is versus flat versus soaked in a jar standing up. That didn't work out well. Okay, the next step, if Dina wants to, I'll see if she can zoom in, but the next step is to just soak the seeds down with a good sprayer. You're trying to get them to kind of adhere to the cocoa mat. So just getting them good and wet. Now I'm not real sure how that happened, but I got a pea in my sunflowers. I probably got all kinds of, nope, not bad. So my little jar trick with the sprayer is working all right. So I'm just soaking them down good, and I'll soak them a couple of times a day over the next 3 to 5 days. These should sprout, and then within 10 days or so, if I understand everything right, within 10 days or so, we will put them under the grow lights that we have and get them to turning green for us, because you'll see they'll be yellow when they sprout. Boy, I got them all in the bottom of the tray. So you just want to get them wet down good. And I'm I'm gonna put a little water in the bottom of the tray. Try to keep it up to about where the ridges stop. So I don't want the mats laying in water, but I want water there for them. Oops. All right, I think I got them soaked pretty good. So the idea is they're soaked enough they're not moving around on them mats. Now the last step is they need to be in the dark for germination. That's what the second tray's for. I thought about doing it this way, but I think this way will be better. I'm gonna put a little water in the bottom first.
I think after you put that on, it'll hold your mat flat.
Yep, that's why I think I want to do it that way. As Deanna said, that after I put that tray on the top, that it'll help hold the mats down. All right, so I haven't got a whole lot of water in there, just enough that it can soak up in the mats. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more because it's already soaking up in the mats. But that'll hold our greens, our seeds, and everything down, just like that. Now we put it in the dark, and we'll come back and visit them in about 3 to 5 days. Maybe I'll do a couple checkups. So that's pretty well it. We'll come back in the next 3 to 5 days, see where we're at. I'll spray them. I'll order me a spray bottle instead of using a 2-piece bottle like I got. I don't know if you could tell, but the handle was not very smooth on my finger. That dry rotted and busted on me. But anyway, we'll look them along video and show you where they're at in the next 2 or 3 days, and then again about 5 days, and then when we put them under the grow lights, we'll show you that, and we'll see. What we're gonna do now is set them in a dark place. You know, we've got a dining room that we pretty much sprout a bunch of seeds in. So I'm put them in there, and going to keep them at least in the low 70s to an 80 degree for the sprouting. But if you like what we're doing on our videos, do us a favor and go into YouTube and subscribe to our channel. That would help us more than anything. If you subscribe and share our videos on Facebook and other social medias, we'd love that. We love y'all, and we thank y'all for taking the time to watch this. Also, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and we'll see you soon. We'll see how this does.